Hi there. Today I'm going to talk to you about a book that's really changed my life, really. It is called Bombs Have No Pity by George Stiles. This is a book. Basically, the guy is a part of the bomb disposal unit based in Northern Ireland during the Troubles in the 1970s. I first came across this book when I was in South Africa at Musgrave Library. I was in the sort of final stages of finishing school, and just before I went to the Navy. It was a strange time in the country. There were bombs going off at the time, sort of in shopping centres and car bombs and things. That was just part of how things were in the country. So I suppose in a way I could relate a bit to this book, but I didn't really know much about explosive devices or anything. I knew I'd be going to the Navy in the next year or so, and I just thought I'd give this this book a bit of a read. And I was just really amazed by it. There's not. It's not like a dramatic book. It's just something that I thought I knew a bit about explosive devices, but I absolutely didn't know anything at all. I thought every device would have some sort of timer on it, which is absolutely not the case. By reading this book, it was finding out. There's explosive material, there's a detonator that makes it go poof. And then there's a thing called an initiator that really starts the detonator. He really talks about going through the motions. It's a methodical job, and if you make a mistake, it'll be the last mistake you ever make. The more I read this book, the more I could see it was almost like a game of chess between the person that was making these devices and the people that were trying to disarm them. I don't think I could do this job. I knew after I'd read this book I wouldn't be going into doing bomb disposal in the Navy. But it is a book that sort of stayed with me for many years. I read this in the early 90s, but after 9/11, every time you would hear about IEDs or something like that on TV and the news, I'd instantly think about this book. I think about the people that are going through all those motions. It's the actual act of someone has to go and check out on a device that is designed to hurt people, And it's like these guys here in the bomb disposal literally go out, put themselves in harm's way to basically create a safe environment for us, really, for everyone else. If you can get hold of this book, I would definitely recommend reading it. It's not the thriller type, but it's literally just finding out specifically how these people operate. A good day for them is literally going through the motions and basically nothing happening, because you don't want anything to happen if you're in front of an explosive device. What stood out for me a lot in this book, or what really stood out for me in this book, was the way the team or the guys approached coming upon sort of new devices, or when they're being called out. They looked at them in a way of not really how to get them disarmed straight away, but looking at what the device was aiming to do. Whether it was designed to hurt the person who's there to disarm the device, or whether it was there to hurt a lot of people within the area. And sort of that sort of thing. So it was a different approach of how you would look at things. For me, it was a different approach. I think for them, everything was a very structured way of how to disarm a device. I remember seeing the film The Hurt Locker and thinking instantly about this book, and thinking about, gee, these guys really have to have the utmost mental toughness, when coming across these devices, because a lot of the times the device will be absolutely something completely new. You don't know what you're looking at. If you recognize what it is, if someone's making that device, they've most probably put in some other wires or whatever to try and catch you out, because the last thing you want to do is get caught out, because that'll be the last time you ever do it. So very interesting book, and I would definitely recommend it. So please subscribe if you'd like to hear some more about books. In the next video, or the next review, it will be all about the amazing world of executive protection and bodyguards. So I look forward to talking to you about that next week.